Hi everyone and welcome to episode 2 of Backstage at Barton. So in the second episode of Barton we have the introduction of 2 new characters, and that's Brandon and that's Charlotte. But you know, they're just 2 characters with no spoilers attached, so I'm not going to say anything. I guess the trouble is, what would be ideal now is if I just randomly had like a boy walk into my room and we could talk, it would mirror the episode, everything would be great. But you know, I guess boys don't just walk into your room when you're vlogging. It's not real life. I'm just a simple girl from a big city who sits alone, doesn't get interrupted at all.
Liv, I have an editing crisis.
Sam! Come and sit down!
You're actually making a video diary?
Yeah!
You're actually doing that?
Yeah!
You sad bitch.
Come and sit down.
Why? I don't want to sit down.
Yes, you do. Hi everybody, this is Sam, and Sam is the editor of Barton and he's also one of my flatmates. So Sam, what's the crisis?
Well, it's not really a crisis, she keep putting the fucking boom in the middle of the bloody frame.
Language!
What?
There are Jane Austen fans watching this.
Oh, believe me, I think these Jane Austen fans will be swearing like there's no tomorrow. You swear all the time, don't you guys?
I'm documenting the process of making another web series with the means of making a new web series.
It's narcissism. You're greedy. You have one web series. You can't have 2.
I want 2.
You're not having 2.
I'm having 2.
Why are you having 2?
You can't stop me.
I like being behind the camera.
Well, now you're in front of it. Let's do an interview. So Sam, how did you get involved with Barton?
Through you. You asked me. But yeah, I worked with her on this featurette thing, and then you kind of like the editing and that. You said you wanted me to do this series, and I was like, well, how many episodes are you? When it's about 20, 25, I went, oh, I can cope with that. And then throughout the year,
it escalated.
Hit 30, I was like, what are you trying to do to me? I want a summer this summer.
At one point it was 33, we cut it back to 32.
Yes,
so
I'm
be
glad.
Happy, so be happy, we lost.
Oh yeah, 32,
32,
that's fine. Yeah, that's just great, isn't it? Yeah.
It is great.
It's alright, all your work's done. My 3rd year is now covered in Marianne Dashwood's line. So the best bit's the outtakes, because they're totally different people in real life.
This is something that
totally different.
I'm very keen that we show the outtakes, because to anyone who doesn't know us or know the team who's creating the show, the actors, some of them especially, are so different. I mean, I think... What? Shut up. I can see the camera, I can see what you're doing.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can see the reflection.
I can see what you're doing.
Oh great. Benita, I think, is the big one.
Benita's amazing.
Benita is amazing. Benita plays Marianne and is lovely, but my god, she is totally different in real life.
Totally different.
And when you watch it back, you believe that she's probably not the same as Marianne, but a similar sort of girl, and it's just... No, she's not.
Benita's totally cool,
I mean,
she's relaxed, she's an amazing actress. And
the other one would be one of our new characters in week 2, which would be Josh, who plays Brandon.
Oh,
so let's comment on Josh playing Brandon.
Let's comment on Josh playing Brandon.
The outtakes of Josh are some of the best.
I'm late, and this and that, I don't know my lines, what's going on? Josh, you're unorganised!
But seriously, the whole facade of Barton is going to crash and burn once the outtakes come out, because it's just...
Like,
we had so much fun.
You just have bad language, you just have people just like saying...
Smash furniture, partial nudity...
inappropriate sexual gestures. Fun making
it was fun filming
really
it.
Fun. Not fun editing it.
Are you going to have fun, Sam, when I'm out at Moo every week and you're editing at home, like the kept wife?
I'm going out. I don't care if the episode doesn't go out. I'm going out.
How dare you?
I'm not sacrificing my night.
I'm not going to write you a good reference.
Just for Marianne.
I'm not going to write you a good reference.
You better write me a good reference.
I was going to be like, Sam, I asked him because he showed potential.
And then I'll go around saying, Team Awesome ain't really Team Awesome, is it? It's Team Unawesome.
How dare you? I want to go out now, have fun. You can stay at home. You're going to be kept. You're whipped. That's what you are.
No, you're my slave, bitch.
That's getting cut.
Why? Don't creepy.
Because there might be small children watching this.
Bullshit. Like, there's going to be small children.
There might be small children.
They're all teenagers.
Okay, if you're a small child, please comment on the video, say that you're a small child, and I'll guilt trip Sam.
Small children probably won't even be on YouTube, let's face it.
Of course they will.
There's so much X-rated stuff on YouTube.
Yes, they do. That's why they're on it. But we've got to set an example.
So that's why small children tell it, because there's porn on YouTube. That's what you just said.
Look, we were 11 when YouTube started. It was 2005 when YouTube.
Yeah, but I didn't go on YouTube that much when I was 11.
Oh, I did. We got a computer.
Look.
Okay, if you are a small child or a parent of a small child,
please comment.
Please comment.
And we will
write a message condemning Sam and his inappropriate behaviour.
just put contains strong language underneath.
Barton! It can't have strong language.
Barton!
Although they swear.
I'm not being funny, but some of the stuff Marianne Dashwood does needs to be bloody, you know. She needs.
I think the only person who hates Marianne more than me and Sam is Benita.
Benita got. Oh, you should see her in like
episode
13, the outtakes. Like she's literally losing her. Like seriously, she's so emotionally, mentally, and physically drained playing this character. Like it is a good character to play, but it takes so much playing. She starts to get borderline sociopathic. In episode 3, which comes out next week, Abby, who plays Eleanor, you could just see the performance in her with Marianne just like talking and going on massive rants. You could just see Abby's face just like literally.
Well, the thing is, with all these characters, bar one, one of the really big important things when we wrote Barton was character progression, and throughout the season we hope there's with 6 of the 7 characters, there's a really huge arc in terms of how they progress and how they change. One character, for reasons which will become clear, doesn't change particularly, but Marianne's progression is a lengthy and difficult one.
Marianne Dashwood. Like, I had to get in the mind of how she would edit, because she's meant to not really know how to do editing, and I've had this like...
Yeah, and Marianne, in theory, edits the episodes, so...
And I'm trying to get in the mind of Eleanor Marianne to see how she would cut it, and I'm just... It's exhausting for me to do it. I was up till 2 last night.
Exhausting for me to record it. Exhausting for everyone.
Oh, why did you write this character? I hate you.
It's the way she has to be.
Is she actually like that in the book?
Similar.
God, Jane Austen. She must have been on crack or something.
Quote of the day.
I don't even like. It'd be so funny though. Like as a Jane Austen fan, like to be Jane Austen in that period, like what was going through her head when she was writing these
But apparently
characters.
a lot of Jane Austen, fun fact, a lot of Jane Austen's books and characters are based off her own experiences. There's a place called the Jane Austen House or Jane Austen Museum near where she lived. Might be where she lived. And you find out all this stuff about her life and the people she knew, and yeah, a lot of the characters, there's usually like a sensible sister who is basically Jane writing herself into the book, so that's Eleanor in Sense and Sensibility. There is usually a awful man who comes in and sweeps everyone off their feet and turns out to be a rogue.
I think Jane Austen was just erratic. Like, I think she was borderline sociopathic.
How can you say these things?
Jane Austen.
You can't say this is Jane Austen fans watching you, they're going to hate you.
I know they're watching it, but they could...
Okay, if you're a small child or a Jane Austen fan or a parent of a small child, send all the abuse to Sam.
Well, I'm sorry, but, you know, like, look at Emily Bronte, look how, like, she must have been effed in the head, like, seriously, she must have been messed up.
All the Brontes are a bit...
Yeah, but so's Jane Austen. She created a
I
character
feel like the
Marianne
Brontes
Dashwood.
probably like brought up in a
And we've just exaggerated, like majorly exaggerated. I don't even know if it's a modern character anymore.
Well, Benita as Marianne.
No
one knows what happened to Marianne. But this is why you should watch the series though, because everybody, I can guarantee, everyone who watches the series will form strong opinions about our version of Marianne. And
she's a divisive character, but I think that's what art is.
And
art has to be divisive, and I think Marianne as a character is
Did you learn that in your feminism seminar?
No! Well, what's art got to do with feminism?
What has art got to do with anything?
Oh. You know, theoretical now.
I know.
No, but art in general is meant to be divisive, and I think she's a very divisive character.
And I think everyone will have opinions, and hopefully some viewers might understand her and think it's a nice adaptation and it is like a realistic portrayal of how a girl from Austen's period would act in ours if she was like Marianne. But some people will probably hate her. Please just
people are going to hate her.
But don't hate Benita because she's fantastic.
And she's living in my room from last year.
I know, it's changed twist of fate.
Spirit. My spirit's going to be there. Also some other things are don't look under the bed. You really don't.
So you know, yeah, just understand that our cast and...
Don't you say, your tummy grumbled in one of the episodes. That's going in the outtakes. He went, oh my god, I literally heard it. It was the loudest thing. I actually thought a car blew up or something.
I was hungry. Emily kept on buying the food and eating it herself.
And all she ate it.
We had a budget for our project, and a lot of our budget, the majority of our budget went, it was only a small one, courtesy of Lord Root's Memorial Fund. The majority of the budget went on travel because a lot of the cast had to travel
my
in,
editing.
and Sam's editing programme.
But paid.
There's a smaller section of the budget which went towards food because we were doing, we'd usually shot about 2 or 3 episodes in a day, each one took about 2 hours.
Exhausting.
And it was exhausting. You weren't there!
I was there for 2 of the episodes, I even directed one. I was like there for like 2 days,
but I digress.
2, 3 days, and it was
I digress. But we had a food budget to keep people upbeat, and you know, and our producer Emily was in charge of that. And then sometimes we got food, sometimes I swear she just got food. And we just sat there and starved. Gareth was asleep under his pink blanket. Me and Benita were just sitting there absolutely burnt out from being on set every single episode of the entire series because it was only me, Benita and Emily who had to come for every single shoot.
I can remember like the actors and saying that, you know, she bought all this food but we never actually saw it. She ate the Lord Root's Memorial Fund. Like she ate half of it.
I'm gonna be like the girl who made Barton and then they're not ever going to invite me back. I'm like, let's face it, Barton's going to be huge. No, I'm kidding, it's not going to be huge.
We want it to be huge, please share it, like,
if you know people who would like it,
I spent so long on the first episode, I was so nervous, like seriously, I was stressing out or something. I spent way too long on it that I'm now slightly behind.
Well, I'm waiting.
And like, there was so many issues with it, like one, her laughing in all the good takes.
I'm sorry, it was
trying
funny.
to cut you out.
It's not my fault.
Yeah, but you laughed, like even at the most unfunniest moments, like...
Everything was funny.
Well...
Watching people act is funny.
Well, is it though? Is it?
I think it is. What do you think this year has ahead for you, Sam? In editing and in life and...
My God, that's deep.
I know.
Jesus.
Well, we always got to... It's a web video, you've got to get deep, you've got to expose your soul.
Yeah, no, but like Marianne's soul gets really, really deep over 32 episodes. This is what, 10 minutes?
We're jumping in deep end.
Oh my God. Deep. I bet you like deep stuff. You like it deep, don't you? Again, children. You have to put like a rating at the bottom of this.
I can't believe this. Me
Rated
and Alice last week were so tame. We just had a lovely little chat about like.
Alice was awkward. Like seriously, she
that was the point. You know, you're happy to be here, right? Be by my side. Yeah, you are.
I am. I love being on your side.
Which side?
I'll take you any side.
You know my mum's friends watch these videos.
So, hi Helen. That's your
You've met her once.
So.
How can you say that?
So.
She'll love it. To be fair, she'll love the fact she remembered her name. So. Let's talk about one routine me and Sam used to have last year. We'd film all the episodes. I would then bring the camera back with me, tootle all the way back down the road, which is a long road. Get to Sam's house, he lives near the bottom. Go to Sam's, he would upload all the footage. I always thought like, oh yeah, I'll take like 20 minutes, I'll have a quick chat, a catch up, and especially during exam season, like I didn't see him that much necessarily. So jump on the cameras, be like, yeah, I'll be on my way. I think I would usually say probably on average 5 hours each time I came to your house.
Yeah, we always talked.
There'd be issues where like I would try to leave. This is where I was going with
Take
that.
to a therapy
No,
session
there would be issues where I'd be trying to leave and Sam would literally manhandle me onto the bed. And like, just be like, no, don't. And this would be Sam who hadn't like got out of his pyjamas for 3 days because it was exam season. Had hair up to here. Literally, it'd just be like a jar of mayonnaise in his room with like no context. Jar of mayonnaise.
And a tin of beans.
And a tin of beans.
Like I used occasionally this tin of beans has been on my desk all year. Like it was an ornament. I used it as an ornament.
And yeah, and then like so there'd be like a suspicious mayonnaise and a suspicious beans and a suspicious banana. Him manhandling to the bed like, no Liv, I haven't seen anyone in 3 days, stay with me. I ended up going home at like 10 at night and that's why I didn't do much revision last year. Just at your house.
I'm actually like surprised you made it through exams and got the grades you did. Like,
well,
I mean you went through some like a quarter life crisis last year, didn't you? Yeah, we're not gonna make. Literally, she came in to a lecture one day and she had beautiful long hair and she came in and she had chopped it all off. Like seriously, it was like, Liv, your hair is beautiful. And everyone said how beautiful it was. It wasn't.
I take all my cues off Britney Spears. I was like, oh, my life's out of control. Do as Britney does, just cut off your hair. I was basically slow motion spiralling for about 18 months. But your social life is...
My social life is better than yours. If it wasn't for my social life, you wouldn't even be on the map.
No.
Yes, I brought you into the group. You were just a sad loser who was working in drama. I put you on the map. I gave you friends.
You gave me friends?
Yes. No, I'm joking.
No, I can't. Why can't I just have a normal hug with you, Sam?
Maybe you're lonely. Missing a certain someone.
You're here, aren't you?
Yeah, but I'm not Brandon.
You could be Brandon.
Could I be Brandon?
Do you want to be Brandon?
I could be Brandon.
Maybe you should be Brandon. Okay, we're going to finish now because we've got way too much footage.
I want to hug you.
You can hug me. So,
hug me properly.
So what will happen? So what will happen?
Friend.
I'm going to stroke your arm.
Best friends. Best friends.
Anything could happen next week.
That was a fun episode to edit. Like, seriously, that was...
So keep tuned.
It's an intense episode. It's also really funny.
I wrote it.
Like,
does that mean I'm funny?
Yeah,
Tell me I'm funny.
You're funny.
So keep tuned. Keep tuned. Anything can happen on Barton. Anything can happen backstage. Have I found my own Brandon?
Everything is cool when you're part of a team.
We're gonna stop now.